Support for Radio Friends comes from La Brunerie Financial, where they work to ensure a lifetime of financial security for people from all walks of life, from investment services to retirement plans. If you're looking for a trustworthy company that has the experience and knowledge to put your interests first, contact La Brunerie Financial, a community-based investment counseling firm since 1966. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Monday, January the 10th. Pleasure to have you with us. My friend KEN MIDKIFF is with us today, and Ken is a member of the Sierra Club. You also write commentary regularly for the Columbia Daily Tribune. For the Missourian,
right?
Which I thoroughly enjoy.
I used to write for the Tribune.
For the Tribune. Now you're in the Missourian. What? A couple of times a week?
Once a week, and also I write occasionally for the Joplin Globe.
Yeah, but I enjoy your column.
Thank you.
Ken, last year you suffered, and I mean suffered, with coronavirus. You almost died because of coronavirus.
That's what people say. I didn't care.
At that point, you were so sick.
Right.
You have recovered from it, but we're here to talk today a little bit about the controversy around the mask mandates.
Yeah. It is kind of odd because there are two court rulings. One saying the school districts being ruled by elected officials like the Columbia School Board can do that because they're elected officials. They can't rely on the local health department for their whether or not they want to have a mask mandate. But if they make the decision on their own, based on the information and data coming from the schools in Columbia, then that is protected by law. If they rely on information from the local health agency, that's not protected by law.
So what you're saying is if school districts make the decision themselves,
right,
it is protected by law.
Right.
If they rely upon information provided by the health department, that's not protected by law?
I'm not an attorney, but that's the way I understand it. And I'm not an attorney because of 3 years of law school.
Okay. All right. Now, how many school districts do we have in the state of Missouri?
567.
The Attorney General is threatening lawsuits. Fill me in on this. How does this work?
Well, what he's doing, he's picking the one that didn't even mention school districts. It mentioned local health agencies. The local health agency cannot do anything that's contrary to the state health department.
That is a law?
That's a law. That's a law. That's in the state constitution. And the other one that said that local school districts being ruled by elected officials like the Columbia Public School District Board can do that. Now, what Eric Schmitt has done is cherry-picked. He's picked the one that says that local health agencies cannot do anything contrary to the state health department. But that ruling didn't even mention school districts.
Okay. My question here is, at the point of this recording that we're doing, the Columbia Public School District was dropping the mask mandate for after the first of the year.
Right.
Now, if parents wish their students, want their children to continue wearing masks, they can do that, correct?
Correct.
Teachers, if they feel that they want to wear masks for their own safety, they can do that.
Correct.
They're not breaking a law even if there is not a mask mandate by wearing the mask.
No, that's a matter of individual choice.
Of course. And the important thing to keep in mind is studies have been done many times over that wearing a mask does prevent the spread of coronavirus. It prevents the spread of other germs and colds and viruses.
Yeah, and what the CDC, Center for Disease Control, has found is that people who are unvaccinated and who don't wear masks are 5 times more likely to die. So this is literally a matter of life or death.
It is. And as I say, Ken is speaking from experience because you had coronavirus. You were in the hospital for a long time.
I was in the hospital for over 3 months.
Yes, and then you had to go into rehab
Yep.
to learn to walk again.
For another 3 weeks.
Just to be able to learn to walk and use your muscles.
Yeah, true. Well, and I didn't know it, but apparently there was some sort of rule that when I was able to walk a quarter of a mile unassisted, then I would be released from the post-acute facility. And I walked a quarter mile. The next day I was released. But then I had to go to rehab, and it was sort of like torture. But
but they're trying to help you. And
Yeah,
when you say it's kind of like torture, well, I don't want people to get the wrong idea there, because they have to push you, and they're trying to help you.
And they did. They pushed me, and I complied. And in my head I was thinking, oh, I don't want to do this.
Right.
But I did.
But the thing that we keep in mind is, this really is a serious matter. It shouldn't be divided by politics.
No.
We want to have this coronavirus behind us.
Well, the problem is, of course, that it doesn't matter what your political party is, whether you're a Democrat or Republican or socialist or whatever. The coronavirus doesn't care.
No, it doesn't care.
No.
It wants to make you sick.
All right.
It wants to make you sick, and it's trying to mutate so it can continue living. The only way we can get behind that is if we take our vaccinations, if we wear the mask, and then hopefully one day we can say, wow, I look back at that when we were all wearing masks, but we got through it.
I understand that it's uncomfortable wearing a mask.
It is.
And, I was vaccinated. Well, that, other than a sore arm for a day or so, it was kind of hurting. But you're right. That it's really those who are choosing to be unvaccinated are a reservoir for new variants and new mutations.
And I say it's kind of like you're playing Russian roulette with your life and the people around you. And
Right.
I know it's coming because I have family members who refuse to take the vaccination. Yes, yes. And it's caused a rift. It's caused a rift in the family. But anyway, if you want more information on what Ken is talking about, there's a wealth of information out there. Just Google it.
Right.
And look for Ken's columns in the Missourian.
Right.
Once a week.
Right.
Okay? I enjoy reading you. And if you want more information about the Sierra Club, that's online too.
Right.
Ken Midkiff, thank you so much for coming by.
I'm glad to be here.
Stay healthy in 2022.
I will.
Okay.
At least I'll try.
And when you go out and you're around people, put that mask on. It's
I
good
will.
for you and it's good for everybody else.
Yep.
We'll see you tomorrow. PepperPMissouri.edu. Bye-bye.
Okay. Thank you.